All right, welcome back. Friday with Mr. B here, and we're looking at some of the allegations, corruption allegations regarding the highest court in the land, and of course, a governor of Nairobi. That is Dr. Evans Kidero. Mr. B, so the whistleblower comes in and says, there's a problem with these two powerful offices. Now you're saying track record, the two office holders, there's a bit of a problem. We don't know so much about the whistleblower. What is the way forward in terms of handling such cases? Because this is really one case. We might have several in future.
I think the starting point is to say this court, whatever way this matter goes, is in a crisis. Supreme Court. Very serious credibility issue. And to establish that back, the faith of Kenyans to that court, they must first conduct social lifestyle audit of every judge who is there. That's number one. They must follow that process as Chief Justice was alluding. Yeah? The second thing is that the three of them, they must be investigated thoroughly. Their track record must be established, what has happened, when, yeah? That has to be done. And finally, we have to say, if it happened to Supreme Court, then we are saying we need to revisit the court re-evaluation. Yeah? And if it happens to the court, what about other institutions? Like Parliament. Is there money that is being stolen? What about executive? Executive has even tried, because so many people are asked to step down. The last one was Waigoro. So it has been struggling. But the others look okay. I think we are saying for Kenyans to have faith, let's get these organs of governance, executive, legislature, and the judiciary. They should be really with the magnifying glass. And only then Kenyans can have faith in those three institutions.
Perhaps let me just take you through this journey a bit. The possible outcomes. The possible outcomes. Suppose, and we don't want to get into the details of the case because it's being handled by this special team. Possible outcomes. First outcome, that the whistleblower was telling the truth. What are the possible scenarios?
If he was telling the truth, and the only possibility it could have been that he didn't get the amount he was promised.
We're imagining there was an amount.
There could have, the way I see it myself.
Sure.
And so probably he got upset. And probably he has been struggling for the last number of years. And nobody actually felt he could go that far. Yeah? If that is the case now, it means that this story is credible because if what he's saying is true. Whether he was getting money or not, the fact is that it happened.
It happened?
Yeah, and the implication is that all those contestants of that position of governor, even those who lost, I mean all those who lost badly, they are saying, well, we should have another election and this guy should be barred, the one who is there now. We are saying the justice was miscarried. So Waitito will say, this seat was mine. And people will believe. Yeah. That is one likely scenario if what he is saying is true.
It's true. Just to pick that scenario for the whistleblower.
But
He's still a problem. He's still in problems.
But even if it was not true,
he's still
is that the perception is that it could happen. Yeah. Even without much, you know. Of course, there are people depending on their political. What really betrayed Tunoi, Justice Tunoi, is that he said, I know why they are doing this is succession. I was not very happy that he went to political so quickly. And he is appealing to a certain ethnic section that could say, yeah, our son, you know. And for a judge, that shows that he is standing on a very weak, slippery ground. I would not have appealed to the politics. I would have said either let them investigate and even say I have stepped down. I will not listen to cases now until I'm cleared. That is even if this guy was not telling the truth. And the last one is, in all this game, where is the country called Kenya? And when you bring Kenya, you feel first, we need to develop a spirit of patriotism, spirit of love of our motherland, spirit that I would rather have a good country rather than all the money. Yeah? Let's compare this with a ship that is in the sea, and the sea is stormy, and somebody is drilling a hole. Whether you are in first class or third class or second class, it doesn't matter. So this is where the loser is us as a country. But if you look at the other side, it also shows that we are determined to fight corruption in Kenya.
Yes,
and the fact that it has triggered investigation, that is a very positive thing, even if it may, we may not know the motive, but the fact it has triggered that possibility now that lets all these people be scrutinized, starting with himself. I commend current Chief Justice because he is one of the few who have boldly said, there is corruption in my place. Yeah. And we need social audit, investigation. That is in the right direction.
Perhaps as we come to a close, we've spoken about this. There was a time we were handling Madam Anne Waiguru, and that was a big story. And sort of we felt if we handle this, we'll clear. Now we have this issue.
Yeah. Yeah, yes.
Will we lose sight of what is really happening?
Yes. You remember, I started you and said there was Moiraria, who was Minister for Finance. And we thought, if this guy steps down, we are cut and dry. No corruption. Then came Kimunya. And we went, Kimunya must go away, must go away, must go away. So he went. Corruption had not moved or changed. So now, we came now, we said, it is Waiguru. And you remember I was telling you that time that if you remember this story of Jesus, and this woman is accused of adultery, and the people are carrying stones to smash her. You see, if they smashed her, it would have given kind of a feel. So the guilt is washed away. And ours have been covered well. But Jesus was about to reveal the greatest weakness in them. That if you have not sinned, be the first one to throw the stone. And what I wanted to say is that Kenya, we must accept that we are corrupt. And that venom has affected each and everybody. This morning, there are people who are arrested by police, traffic police, overlapping various things. And all what they are going to do is give little money so that they don't go to court. You remember I told you this cap, I am not sure the person who brought from overseas, whether he paid custom duty, I don't know.
But we are using it.
And we are using it. So we may be using something that came through corruption. You may not be corrupt. This is to mean that corruption has touched all of us, and this venom cannot be tackled by holier than thou. That is the scapegoat. If we kill this one, even Jesus was killed on the same account. That if we kill this one, everything gonna be okay. We must now stop that route. This time we are only focusing on Tonui, but we should see millions and millions of Tunuis in our hearts. I think that's my shot.
Wow. So even as we follow this case in regards to the corruption allegations within the Judicial Service Commission, the wake-up call is to realize as well that we have a problem with ourselves as well, that we need to put our houses in order, so that one day we will sit down and we'll look at a nation that was developed because we decided to say, I want the change to happen within me, with myself first. And in the end, the country has also changed. Friday with Mr. B, always challenging us to be at the very center of the development of this nation, which we call home, and which we also call our motherland, Kenya. Let's meet next time as we challenge each other to be part of the center.